Andre, can you believe it?
No.
I mean, I haven't even said what you can believe yet, but can you believe that we're playing Barcelona?
Yes.
Oh, well, we are playing well, you've kind of ruined it there. I'm trying to make it suspenseful, Andre. Can you just sort of go with me on this, please?
No.
Well, fine. Okay, that's absolutely fine. But episode 50, and we're playing Barcelona today, which is absolutely phenomenal. But I've been having a look on the One Football app, the best football app out there, to keep up to date with all of the football news and information and scores from around the world. I'm looking at the Barcelona team, right? And this Barcelona team looks very, very good. I'm not sure if we're going to beat them. So if you want to do some scouting on the One Football app, you can download it from the top line of the description for absolutely free. And doing so really helps me and the channel out. Can you do that for me, please, Andre?
Yes.
Oh, brilliant. You'll love to see it. Thanks very much, mate. See you at the game. Hello and welcome back to On The Rocks. Hope you're all doing well today and looking forward to episode 50 of On The Rocks. Episode 50 already, and to be fair, we have come a long way in these 50 episodes, from starting off as, you know, a decent team in the league but not really doing much in Europe, to now being in episode 50 coming up against Barcelona in the first leg of the first knockout round of the Champions League. So before we get into that game and the Rangers game in the league, let's have a look and see what's happened since you guys were last here. And it's been all green, which is absolutely fantastic. We only played a couple of games in between episodes. You were last here for St Mirren and Motherwell, I believe. But we beat Kilmarnock 3-2 there, as you can see. A pretty decent result for us, before thrashing Dundee 6-0 and then Queens of the South 2-0 in the Scottish Cup 5th round. Today, the challenge of Rangers and Barcelona is going to be tough. You can see here we've not lost a game in any competition since the 8th of November against St Mirren. I think today we will probably end up losing to Barcelona, but a good result against Rangers is definitely on the cards, given that they are now 5 points behind us in the league. This is a game in hand that we have on most of the rest of the league as well, which is very handy for us. Fingers crossed we get the win and we extend our lead over Rangers from 5 to 8 points. We have played the same amount of games as Celtic, as you can see. However, we are 12 points clear of them as they just keep losing games recently. They're really not playing very well. The only issue about today's episode is that Rangers haven't yet lost a game this season in the league. So they are undefeated, so a draw would be a very good result for us. They've drawn 7 games so far this season, but obviously inflicting their first defeat would be ideal. So let's jump straight into it. Celtic are playing Dundee right now, and all the other games are going on. So actually, it's not a game in hand that we're playing right now. I'm not sure when our game in hand, because it is against Rangers, is happening at some point. I'm not entirely sure when, but we'll find out soon enough, I am sure. Today's game, though, we're going to go for our counter-attacking style of play. We obviously want the best lineup possible for us, so Bazunu will stay in goal with Admilson, Kai Enrique, Suva and Torres in that lineup. La Cruz, Campbell and Tamatlampa are absolutely fine in the middle, although Gordon and Nisbet, I want to swap those two over. We can't play, obviously, Ben Knight on the right-hand side because he's currently injured, as we saw a couple episodes ago. In that case, Carlos Borges will come on to that right-hand side to play there, with Gordon and Taylor leading the line for us. Although I'll swap Campbell and Tamatlampa over to play in their more preferred positions. But other than that, I'm pretty happy with the lineup. The bench is looking pretty decent. We're getting Nisbet on the bench instead of Thad McRae too. But yeah, other than that, I think I'm happy. So as kickoff is upon us here today, away from home to Rangers. This is a big game, which we started off very brightly. As you can see, 4 shots to 0 shots. This counter-attacking style of play does work quite nicely away from home against your Rangers and your Celtics, and hopefully it will do okay against Barcelona too, as Suva brings down Martinez in the area for a penalty. The first shot of the game for Rangers, I think this one, which is rather frustrating. Bazunu, can he make a save? He can make a save. A huge save for us there, as Torres clears it out for a throw-in and keeps the score at 0-0. A corner, I should say, not a throw-in, a corner. The resulting corner comes in from Kent. Hopefully, Bazunu collects it comfortably, and that should be the end of the highlight. Brilliant. So as I say, we are 5 points clear of Rangers. A draw for us would go down lovely. They need to win, obviously, to catch up to us a little bit, and they will be desperate to get that win. But you know, a draw for us is, I mean, a loss for us isn't the worst thing. We'd still be 2 points clear of Rangers, so we could afford to lose this game. Although, obviously, we don't want to lose this game at all, because that would mean that Rangers would be within that 3-point gap to us, and obviously it ruins our winning streak and obviously gives them a little bit of form. However, all the highlights do seem to be for Rangers so far. We may be dominating the shots and stuff like that, but all of the highlights are coming towards Rangers, and they come very close to scoring there. Another great save from Bazunu, who's in top form in this first half, which has come to its conclusion, and I'm going to say I'm far from pleased from what I've seen out there, because I'll be honest, I've not seen anything from them. We've now got a corner though at the start of the second half, which Suva hits the post with his corner. Very unlucky for him there. He gets the march on the other defenders around him, puts it above the keeper, over the keeper's head, but unfortunately just not quite on target enough as it bounces off the post and goes out clear for another corner. I think it got cleared, and then Lacruz on the ball right now in the area for us. Will he be able to do anything with it? Taylor can't get his head on the cross. Ward collects it for Rangers, and that's the end to the highlights. Interestingly, bottom of the table, Dundee have only got 6 points so far this season, are drawing to Celtic right now, with a man sent off as well. Come on, Dundee, hold Celtic, who are just playing abysmally right now. They're having a really poor season. We are still looking for that goal. We've looked a lot stronger in the second half, or at least we're having more chances in the second half, which is quite nice. As Suva on the ball finds Lacruz, not quite finding Lacruz, but we do win possession back with Milson, who gets it into Lacruz, into the area, shoots, puts it just wide, fizzes wide of the goal there. I think maybe with 20 minutes to go, changes need to be made. And we'll start off by bringing Nisbet on for Taylor and make him an advance forward on attack. We'll also take Gordon off for Ferguson, who can play in that attacking midfield position. And Campbell's not playing brilliantly well either, so we might take him off for Winks. But saying that, Torres on a yellow card and on a 6.4 rating. Brooke, Norton, Cuffy will come on for him at right back. So 3 changes all at the same time. Let's just say demand more out there, although it is Rangers coming forward right now on the ball. They play it back to their keeper actually in the end there to try and recycle possession a little bit as they get it out to the right hand side. Cody Drammer looking to come forward, and they get the ball forward over to Ryan Kent on the edge of the area, who is somehow there's a penalty in there. Bazunu, come on mate, make the save. Oh, he can't make the save this time. I'm not entirely sure what the penalty was for. The highlight just went by so quickly and I have no idea what was going on. And despite what I'd say is our dominance today, we've been very unlucky to lose this one as it stands right now. I'm going to demand more again, go a bit more attacking. We don't deserve this really at all. Look at the chances created. We've done much better with the chances created. Or we've created more chances. Maybe they've not been very good. I don't know. Caio Henrique puts it in the back of the net for a late equaliser. Hits the crossbar at his first attempt, but puts it into an open net with his second attempt. So at least we've rescued a draw, but you look at the match stats and think this is a game that we really should have won today. And given that Rangers' 2 best chances have come from penalties, I do feel a little bit hard done by. But as the clock ticks down, we've got a draw against Rangers, which is fine. We still stay 5 points clear of them, and we still have a game in hand on other teams around us. I didn't actually see the Celtic score at the end there. Hopefully Dundee did enough to hold them. Celtic drew 1-1. You love to see it. So Celtic not even gaining back any goals or points on us. So all things considered, that's not actually a bad outcome at all. Now though, we have to prepare. We have to prepare for Barcelona. Juan Torres has picked up a bruised knee in training. That's apparently out for 1 to 3 days. I'm sure he'll be absolutely fine for the game, so let's not worry about that one too much. Also, Thomas Tuchel has taken charge at Celtic. Celtic, I think, must have sacked their manager recently on the grounds that they are 12 points adrift of us. And they've just got Thomas Tuchel as their new manager. Where's he been? Chelsea, Frankfurt, and now Celtic. Interesting. Although saying that, Roberto Martinez does say left manager role, so I guess he moved to Leicester instead. He did a Brendan Rodgers and went from Celtic to Leicester. I guess they offered him the job, so actually he wasn't sacked at all, but probably would have been given that they are so far behind us. He's done the classic, I'm going to choose to leave before I get pushed out of the club. But here's a very big game for us. Aberdeen versus Barcelona. Now this is absolutely mental. I don't think we've got any chance of winning, but we're going to give it a very good go. If we look at the Europa League, Celtic are playing Borussia Mönchengladbach right now. That'll be a very tough game, but hopefully Thomas Tuchel will come in and do well for Celtic there to get us some more coefficient points. Obviously, Rangers are through to the second knockout round of this, so no Rangers to worry about right now. But we do need to hope that Hoffenheim beat Ajax, and we need to hope that Rosenborg beat Porto, which I don't think they will do. And then in the Europa Conference League, what we need to be thinking about is that Rio Ave lose to Slavia Prague, and then that AZ, Feyenoord and Utrecht all lose their games too. It's all about the coefficient points. All about the coefficient points right now, and Juan Torres is looking a little injured. I think we leave him on the pitch though. He should be okay. In fact, I think we kind of leave the lineup as it was for the Rangers game. I don't really feel any sort of need to change it. They played well. Let's go for it again. Obviously, if Ben Knight was fit, it'd be great to have him in the side, but obviously he's not fit at the moment. This Barcelona team, though, their lineup is looking like Gabriel Jesus, Rashford. I can't really see the names very well. They've got Kai Havertz in there. They've got Koop Miners. They've got, what's he called? Right back, left back from Bayern Munich, Canadian. Davies, Alphonso Davies. So they have got, and Wan-Bissaka at right back as well. They've got a very, very good team, but I'd say a little ageing for some of these players. I say little ageing. I don't know how far into the future, because I'm naming these episodes like numbers. Like this is episode 50. In the past, it's been like season 1, episode 1, season 2, episode 3, for example. These are just like straight numbers, this series, and I've lost track of what season we're actually in. I think it's season 5 or 6, something like that. One of those ones, but either way, I think those players are maybe getting a little old. I hope they are at least. But so far, 20 minutes in, we are actually doing better than Barcelona right now. We've had 5 shots to their 3 shots according to the match stats, which is very good. And hopefully we can get another one right now as Le Cruz on the attack gets into the area. Plays back to Tammut Lumper, and it's in the back of the net. We're 1-0 up against Barcelona. How on earth has this happened? I thought we'd ruined the chance of scoring a goal after Le Cruz played it back to Tammut Lumper. But no, not at all. He takes it forward, Le Cruz, and then very cleverly plays it back to Tammut Lumper, who can just put a ball into Gordon, into Le Cruz again, who finds the top corner. And we're suddenly 1-0 up against Barcelona. How on earth has this happened? I mean, I won't complain at all, but I'm bemused and baffled that we are half an hour into a game against Barcelona and they're beating us. Or we're beating them, I should say. I mean, I'm expecting to say they're beating us, but that's not the case. If we can make it to half-time, this would be incredible. And we're doing it legitimately. We are 6 shots to their 4 shots, 2 shots on target apiece. Like, we're actually genuinely, legitimately better. Into the dressing room then. Happy with fun so far. Keep it up out there as we are 1-0 up against Barcelona. I can't believe it. Suva on the ball, though. Highlights straight from kickoff as Borges looks to bring it forward down the right-hand side. Looking to put a cross into the middle. Gets it out to Torres instead into Campbell. Campbell under a bit of pressure. Plays it back to Tammut Lumper as we look to just keep hold of possession. Some nice triangles here. I mean, let's stop with triangles and get it forward instead, please. And that's a good ball forward, but Wan-Bissaka gets in the way. Can we win possession back? We do. Le Cruz into Tammut Lumper, back to Caio Henrique. Suva forward to Taylor. We lose possession, unfortunately, though. Just a bit too much of an ambitious ball forward as Rashford brings it forward for Barcelona into Kai Havertz, who plays it into Gabriel Jesus. Bazuni with a good save, but Rashford with the follow-up gets it in the back of the net 60 seconds after the break for his 16th of the season. You hate to see it. Well, back on level terms, and there's a highlight straight from kickoff again. All right, boys, we've just conceded from one kickoff. Let's not concede from another kickoff. Let's hold on to possession nicely as Gordon finds Borges on the right-hand side, who cuts inside, gets it to Campbell. Campbell through to Gordon. Gordon shoots. Gordon scores. And we reply immediately after Barcelona score. We're 2-1 up against Barcelona. This is phenomenal. So Campbell with a great little pass through to Gordon. Gordon on the edge of the 6-yard area. Can't really miss from there. It's a very good goal. Okay, no highlights from a kickoff this time, which is good for us. But not long afterwards, Rashford with a shot from distance forces Bazuni to make a very good save to get a corner for Barcelona. Right. Gavi on the ball, puts the corner into the middle. Suva clears it only as far as Chukwueze, though, for Barcelona coming down that left-hand side. Missed challenge there from Gordon as Suva once again clears the cross. Okay, we're being let off here a little bit. The Barcelona of the second half are looking a little bit stronger than the Barcelona of the first half, but we're just managing the game right now. We're somehow 71 minutes in and we're still winning out there. I'm very reluctant to make changes, although La Cruz has just picked up a knock. So it's probably a good idea to get him off the pitch. Gordon can play there on the left-hand side, although not particularly well. Can Nisbet play there on the left-hand side? Not particularly well. No one can really. Maybe Jez Finley can actually. Undo that. Jez Finley, can you play on the left-hand side? He's got 1 star compared to half a star for other players, so we'll give him a go. We'll get Taylor off for Nisbet just to have a bit more pace and some fresh legs up front. And again, Juan Torres having a poor game on a 6.5. Maybe Brooke Norton-Cuffy needs a bit of a run in the first team. But 5 minutes to go. We could be about to get a historic victory. Oh, I've spoken too soon. I've spoken far too soon. No, I haven't. Rashford can't get his shot on target. 5 minutes of added time. I tell you what, we've only gone and done it. We've beaten Barcelona 2-1 in the first leg. I don't know what to say. I am absolutely speechless on that. Now that's incredible. We'll probably end up losing the second leg away from home like 5-0 now, but at least we can say we have legitimately beaten Barcelona. La Cruz is suspended for the next game, though, on the grounds that he's picked up a couple of yellow cards, which obviously isn't quite ideal. But in the other ties, as you can see, no one really winning conclusively other than Tottenham beating Hertha Berlin 3-0. All the other games are pretty close, 2 goals in it at the very most. We are interested, though, in Celtic. Celtic ended up winning 2-0 against Borussia Mönchengladbach, and in a beautiful style, Hoffenheim have beaten Ajax 7-1. So when Ajax eventually lose and go out of the competition, that'll do very well for our coefficient points, particularly if Celtic do manage to go through. PSG, by the way, somehow in the Europa League, I missed that earlier on, but they won 8-0 against Lokomotiv Moscow, but unfortunately Porto did beat Rosenborg. And then in the Conference League, Feyenoord won 2-0, Rio Ave drew 0-0, which is kind of good for us. RZ drew 0-0 and Utrecht win 1-0. So it's all very much in the balance here for the coefficient points, but hopefully all the Dutch teams end up losing. So that's going to bring us to the end of today's episode, but we'll be back next time for Barcelona and I would imagine Hamilton, or maybe, I don't know which one we're going to play yet. One of these two. Barcelona will definitely be in the episode though. So thank you ever so much for watching today. Hope you guys have enjoyed it. And of course, if you have done, make sure you do drop a like on today's video for me. Subscribe to the channel if you're new around here, and I will see you next time. Have a good one. Goodbye.